What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another one of my videos in 75 Days of Kingdom Hearts. You'll notice that I do look a little bit different, and you're going to see me looking like this for the next 2 or 3 videos, maybe 4, I don't know. I only have 3 things I'm really going to discuss. The first one is something that a lot of things have been coming up. A lot of the same question has been asked. Have we seen too much within the trailers? And to that, both the short and the long answer is no. And you'll remember, and I hate having to do this, I'm going to reference back to my assumptions and the trailers. And the reasoning why is because within the assumptions and within those trailers, we're finding a lot of things are still not what we perceive them to be. The best example is the Xion is the hooded figure person. Someone went and scaled 1-to-1 the hair, the everything on that character, and it's Datariku. Or at least we're assuming it's Datariku. It might be a replica. Who knows? We don't know how far back into swing the puppet program could be. And that's kind of the catch to this. And it's something that I've noticed personally that a lot of people are wanting to pass over because it's easy to. And it is really easy to pass over that information when you're thinking about it for your wants and your desires within the character. So, I get you. I feel you on it. I do. Another point is, and this one's a bit different for me. The reasoning why is because we can see that in the newer trailers, sorry about the coughing today. It was cleared up earlier. But in the trailers we see the Rising 13, and behind the 13 we have Xehanort, and Xehanort is doing his thing, looking all maniacal and evil and shit. And guess what? Exactly what we think it's going to be. I think that might just be a dream sequence or an opening sequence for the game. And I think that because of the way everything is framed within the shots. The shots are framed to be basically something completely different than what they are. And that makes a huge difference when we're talking about if we've seen too much, because context is king. So, we here, in the newest Together trailer, I cannot remember names tonight, we see Hades screaming to the Titan, "Show me your power!" But we open up with seeing Olympus, some of the buildings being destroyed by meteor strikes. And we see Sora is in his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit, not his 3 outfit. So we can draw one successful conclusion from this, and that is Sora is probably arriving there when that's happening, or he is bumped into Hercules and Hercules is sending him along his way to go talk to Zeus, and that's the assumption here. Without the context of these scenes, we can only guess what's going to happen. Occasionally, I'm going to say we're going to get lucky. We're going to get super lucky. My video for the 22nd, I basically predicted that it is very well possible for the Union Cross leaders to be pulled out of their world and put into puppets. And today we see screenshots from the update in Union Cross from the Japanese. And if the Japanese translators did it right, it means Marlush Lorium knew Erlina, whatever Larxine's name was before her transformation. And that, although it tends to validate what I've said, it does not mean I'm 100% correct on it. And that's the big key. I'm probably missing a detail. I'm probably missing several details. If I'm 100% right, I will absolutely be amazed. But I do think that quite possibly the 13 that are there, the 13 Seekers, like I said, might not even be the people we expect them to be, because they may be completely different people on the inside of those robes. And I'm being serious. The only people we can probably guarantee is Ansem and Xemnas. And even then, maybe not even those two. See what I'm saying? Catching what I'm throwing out? So, the question has been bandied around, and you see a lot of the bigger YouTubers, a lot of the medium guys, and there was at least a conflict within saying, oh, well, we are, well, no, we're not. It doesn't matter. Even if I'm right about half of the things that I'm predicting, half of the stupid theories I come up with, it is still very well possible that the way that I predicted them are wrong. The context is different. So who cares if Larxene and Marluxia knew each other before in the sleeping world? We don't know if that even is the case. We don't know if they're recent additions. And that makes a huge impact when we're discussing whether or not something is in fact a thing or not. The biggest one being, is this or isn't this? So, with that, I really wanted to point that out. That is something that is super important to discuss. I don't think we've seen enough trailers. I don't think we're getting even close to seeing enough trailers. If there is a 40-hour story, and again, I think that guy was just talking out of turn who gave that interview. Even if there is a 40-hour to 50-hour main storyline thing going on, we're probably going to be wrong about that. So, let's make a guess here and say that he wasn't lying. That probably isn't even accurate. We're probably looking at around 60 hours. Because if each world is supposed to be longer than one of the games, the shortest game I think you can beat is 0.2, and that is or 0.8, whatever, Fragmentary Passage. I think that can be beaten like 90 minutes. So if we assume 2 hours in each world, assume that we have about 12 worlds, including Disney worlds and non-Disney worlds. But I don't think we're just going to have 12. But if we assume 2 hours for each of those worlds, we're looking at least 24 hours of probably just cutscenes. Same thing applies to whether or not anyone's going to just take the only path. So we should keep an open mind going into this. More than likely, they won't spoil anything big. I don't think Aqua being Norded was a big reveal. I think she's going to be an example. Well, what do you mean an example? She is going to be an example on how you save other people from being Norted. That phrasing just sounds bad, but whatever. She's going to be that example. This is how you unnort somebody. I think that's her purpose. Although I might write that down and actually have a whole video about Aqua being Norted and all that stuff. But when we take a look into it, we haven't seen barely anything. I think altogether we have an hour worth of trailers. Some of that information is repeated, so if we take away all the duplicate information, if we take away the interviews at the beginning of some of them, we're looking at maybe 15 minutes of actual story, and most of it is gameplay. So with that said, this video is going to probably be one of my shorter ones. If you don't want to listen to me e-bag, because that is what I feel that I'm doing, please go ahead and follow, like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below, and trust me, I respond to some of these, well, most of them. There's very few I don't respond to because I just don't feel that there's a need for it, so you'll normally see a heart and a thumbs up from me. But with that said, I do have a Patreon going. I stream, and unfortunately I can't stream during the day because I sleep most of the day, and at night I'm normally getting ready to go to work. Here in the future I will be going to school, actually about the time that Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. But any money donated right now would go to an Elgato, so I can at least capture it for my own computer, so I can edit it. And if there's enough that I raise up, a PS4 Pro. And that's what I'm looking to do. So just know that if I do get any donations, your funds are going to specific causes. Anything saved over that is going to up my computer. I'm not going to use this like some people will, whatever purpose that comes into mind. The only thing I have to maybe worry about is taxes, but you know, fuck that shit. I'm going to be making enough to pay for my taxes, even with $650 in donations, I think is what it would take to get to that. But with that, joy be to you all. Have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you.